If I had the choice to make over again, I would make it differently. For example, after getting ready to go to office and your daughter to school, you are having breakfast with your family. Your daughter accidentally knocks a cup of coffee on your business shirt. What happens next will be determined by how you react. Think, you curse her and harshly scold her for knocking the cup over. She breaks down in tears. After scolding her, you turn to your spouse and criticize her for placing the cup too close to the edge of the table. Then a short verbal battle follows. You storm upstairs, change your shirt back downstairs. You find your daughter has been too busy crying to finish her breakfast and get ready for school. She misses the bus. Your spouse must leave immediately for work, so you rush to the car and drive your daughter to school. Because you are late, you drive 40 miles an hour in a 30 mph speed limit. After 15 minutes delay and doing a traffic fine, you arrive at school. Your daughter runs into your building without even saying goodbye. After arriving at office 20 minutes late, you find you've forgotten your briefcase. Your day has started terribly. As it continues, it seems to be getting worse. You look forward to coming home. When you get back home, you find a small wedge has now developed in the relationship you had with your spouse and daughter. Why? Because of how you reacted in the morning. Why did you have a bad day? Did the coffee cause it? Or did your child cause it? Or did your spouse cause it? Or did you cause it? Yeah, it's you. You obviously had no control with what happened with the coffee. But how you reacted in those 5 seconds after the incident is what came over you as a bad day. Here is what you could and should have done instead. Coffee splashes over you. Your daughter is about to cry. You gently say, "It's okay, honey, you need to be more careful next time." Grabbing a towel, you rush upstairs. After grabbing a new shirt and your briefcase, you come back down in time and look through the window and see your child is getting on the bus. She turns and waves. You arrive 5 minutes early to office and cheerfully greet the staff. Your boss comments on how good the day you are having. Notice the difference. Two different scenarios. Both started in the same way but ended differently. Why? Because of how you utilized your freedom to choose. You really didn't have any control over 10% of what happened, but other 90% was determined by the choice you made in your freedom to choose. This means between stimulus and response, humans have the freedom to choose. According to Austrian psychiatrist Viktor Frankl, between stimulus, that is, events of things that happens to us, and response, the way we react to them, there is a gap. This gap is called as freedom to choose. This is a time slot where we are free to decide how we would like to respond to any kind of stimulus. Imagine a pause button between stimulus and response. A button we can pause and we can engage to pause and think what is the best response to our situation. When we realize that this freedom to choose exists, we can use it. We have tremendous power. But people have given that power away. They go straight from stimulus to response without realizing that they have a choice to choose their response. By utilizing this freedom to choose, we can control or even create the situations rather than just responding to them. In addition, our choices shape our lives. We can choose our thoughts, our moods, our emotions, our words and our actions. People who are responsible, that is, who are able to choose their response, do not blame external sources like genetic circumstances, conditions or conditioning for their behavior. They know they can choose their behavior. But reactive people on the other hand blame external sources like weather and other people for their behavior. If weather is good, they feel good. If weather is not, it affects their attitude and performance. When people treat them well, they feel well. If people don't, they become defensive or protective. Stephen Covey, the author of 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, says, I am not a product of my circumstances, I am a product of my decisions. In addition, our language is a good indicator of extent to which we utilize our freedom to choose. For instance, one of the most important things we can choose is what we say. Our language is a good indicator of how we see ourselves. Proactive people or people who has the ability to choose their response use language like I can, I will, I prefer, etc. But reactive people on the other hand use language like I can't, I have to, if only, etc. Reactive people believe that they are not responsible for what they say and do. They believe they have no choice. Finally, by exercising this embryonic freedom to choose, day by day we will expand that freedom. Imagine if we make the right decisions every moment, we are responsible for our own effectiveness, for our own happiness. Ultimately, I would say for most of our circumstances. And every accomplishment starts with the decision to try.